underway in game 3 of the day, game 2 for the Lopes, and GCU has already jumped out to a big 1-0 lead here with runner on and one out here in the first. Apologize for the technical difficulties coming to you just a bit late here, but the Bradley Braves lost game 1 to Northern Colorado. They led a good chunk of the way, but Northern Colorado reeled them in and beat them 6-5. The Lopes then knocked off Northern Colorado 9-2 just moments ago. Taylor Nolan had a fantastic ball game through a complete game 11 strikeout game to get the victory. And now underway here in this one, the nightcap. Shea Smith led off with the double. She stole third, and after a strikeout by Sierra Smith, Nikki Gonzalez drove her in with an RBI single. And right now, with one out and a runner on first and one run in, Lainey Gomez is at the plate with an 0-2 count. That should catch you up, and we are ready for live action here. Julie Kestis, her pitch, a little chopper down to second. Avoids a runner, throws to first in time, and so Nikki Gonzalez goes down to second. Gomez is retired for the second out of the inning, 4-3 on the putout. And now Camry Wortman, the senior second baseman, at the plate with two outs. And Alex, technical difficulties, got started a little bit late, but so far the Lopes jumping all over the Bradley pitcher here, getting the lead 1-0 here, trying to add some more with two outs.
Well, that's right. Certainly would like to start the day in the tournament 2-0, coming off that 9-2 win, like you said, against Northern Colorado.
Under the glove of the shortstop. That's into left field. Gonzalez comes to score, stretching it for a double, and in there safely is Wortman. Well, just like you said, they'd like to start off 2-0 in this tournament, and that's a great way to do it. A couple of doubles, a single, and pushing the action. The Lopes lead it 2-0.
They definitely have Kestis' number early. Sharply hit ball to short.
Just under the glove of the shortstop out there. Gabby Stoner couldn't come up with it, and now Bianca Bowling. Bowling, the first baseman for GCU, steps in from the right side. That off-speed pitch in there for strike one from Kestis, and Bowling was 1 for 3 with a run and 3 RBI in the first game today. She had the big base hit, a walk to drive in a run in the 5th, and then the double to drive in 2 in the 6th. That pitch on the outside corner, strike 2.
Of the 3-4 pitchers Bradley had last year, Kestis was, let's say she struggled the most, a 6.34 ERA, only winning 4 games of 18 started.
Getting the start here in this one. They used 3 pitchers in game 1, Visnick, Jackson, and Hull, so they give Kestis the start here, trying to get out of the inning here and limit the damage. That one up high and away. The Lopes in game 1 here, a lot of firsts. This is obviously the first action that GCU Softball Stadium has seen, and it's a beautiful facility. And so we tried to run down some of those firsts for the Lopes in this stadium in the first game, and still more to come in the first inning here. First stolen base for the Lopes was to Shea Smith. That little pop behind third, and the out collected by Gabby Stoner, and that will end the inning. But before the inning comes to an end, the Lopes get 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and a runner left on base. We go to the middle of the first. The Lopes are the designated visiting team because of the tournament. That's why they're not the home team. We go to the bottom of the first, the Bradley Braves coming up, and want to remind everybody that GCU now offers a unique opportunity to earn your doctorate through an on-campus evening cohort. Doctorate programs in education and in philosophy are enrolling now. Scholarships are available. The next evening cohort begins in March. For more information, visit gcu.edu. That's gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. gcu.edu/doctoral 2017. Well, Alex, Brianna Aguilar-Bosage is on or in the circle for GCU, and she's going to try to match what Taylor Nolan did. The senior went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, only 2 runs, walked 3, and struck out 11 in game 1 here. And Bobo, as they call her, gets the start here, and already a 2-0 lead. That's exactly what you want as a pitcher, right? You come out there and you already got the lead.
Yeah, especially as a freshman coming in from Tucson, Arizona, Sal Point Christian. She's going to, it's certainly nice to have that 2-run lead in her first collegiate game.
for the Bradley Braves. They're 0-1 on the season with that loss earlier today. Kelly Kapp, the left fielder, leads things off. Elizabeth Leonard, the second baseman, bats second. Maria Schroeder, the catcher, bats third. Katie Habrel, the first baseman, bats fourth. Caitlin McCarron, the designated player, will bat fifth. Stephanie Campos, the third baseman, bats sixth. Taylor Wilhelm, the center fielder, bats seventh. And Kelly Hunter, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Gabby Stoner, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Aguilar Bosage, first pitch in the dirt, ball one. Well, the Lopes very high on this freshman pitcher. They're hoping to pair her with Taylor Nolan and kind of roll through the conference. They were selected to finish first in the conference in a tie vote with New Mexico State University.
She'll be facing a threat here in the first batter for the Braves. Kapp was the biggest threat on offense for the Braves last season, batting .405.
Outside corner for the strike. Count evens at 1 apiece. Yeah, Kapp 1 for 4 in the first game against Northern Colorado. Bradley was up 4-2 in that game, and Northern Colorado scored 4 in the fifth on a couple of home runs. Come back and take that victory away. Misses outside. 2-1.
New stadium, and it looks beautiful, picturesque as the clouds starting to come over the sun and fill the sky.
The 2-1. Outside 3-1. Now, yeah, we talked a little bit in game one. If you're just joining us, we appreciate you joining us for this. And we'll have softball on GCU TV throughout the weekend. You can check out GCULopes.com or GCU.tv to get the scheduling here. 3-1 pitch on the outside corner. 3-2. You know, this was phase one of the build out here, and it's a gorgeous build out. They got the turf outfield and the got the purple wrapping through the outfield wall, the 6-foot wall out there. Phase two is going to make it even better. The 3-2 pitch. Little tapper. Aguilar Bosage, the throw, not in time. So Kapp legs it out for the infield hit to get the Bradley Braves first runner on. That'll bring up Elizabeth Leonard.
Was put down in a nice position. Not really ideal for the GCU defense, as kind of in the middle of all three, the third baseman, pitcher, and the catcher, and just gave Kapp the leg room to run that one out.
Great placement. Leonard 1 for 4 in the game earlier today, scored a run. Open stance there. And Aguilar Bosage, Bobo, trying to nibble on an outside corner early on here. Misses that one. A 1-0 the count. Lorianne Olson in left. Lainey Gomez in center. Jenna Coates in right. Outfield defense. Fouled off with the runner going. 1-1. Shea Smith at third. Sierra Smith at third. Shea Smith at short. Camry Wortman at second. Brianna Bowling at first. Kinsey Hill behind home plate. Swing and a miss. The throw down to second. Not in time.
Got to get a little bit more into the throw there. I know she threw it from her knees, but that was definitely a put-out that could have happened there if she had that one placed a little bit better for the shortstop.
So Kapp gets the steal. Second steal of the ballgame. The Lopes. Shea Smith stole third in the top half of the first. And here, Kapp returns the favor. Down there at second. And now they have a quick meeting on the mound with all the infielders coming in there. Talk to Brianna. Gets a pat on the back from her catcher, Kinsey Hill, and we're ready to go.
Leonard's got one in scoring position, and she's got 21 RBIs. Good for the third most on this team last season.
The 1-2. Chopper to short. Smith in time. Runner's going to hold at third for the first out. Boy, that was aggressive play by Kelly Kapp, taking that base. You know, typical rule, if the ball's in front of you, you hold. If it's behind you, you go. She basically outran the ball to get in front of it before it went by.
Definitely no hesitation there. That's what you need. You can't hesitate if you're going to be that aggressive, and she didn't. So take third.
Maria Schroeder at the plate. First pitch right there on the inside corner from Aguilar Bosage. Perfect placement. Well, Schroeder had a day earlier. Going to try to have a second day in the same day. 3 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. That earlier game against Northern Colorado. Wortman over to first. The run's going to score, and it's 2-1, but the second out of the inning.
Very nice play over to her right. Sort of an awkward fielding position there. Just had to move her glove over to the other side of her body. And a nice job of keeping that ball square, getting the out.
Yeah, those are kind of some of those in-between plays where you don't know if you should backhand it or try to get in front of it, able to make the play. 2-1 score, though. The Braves answer right back. First pitch well inside to Katie Habrel. Habrel, the cleanup hitter. The first baseman for this Braves squad, went 2 for 4 in the ballgame earlier and had an RBI. That heart of the Braves order had a nice day against Northern Colorado.
Had nice seasons last year, all of them. The ones that are still here. Habrel batting .300 with 15 RBIs and a 55% slugging. So she's definitely got some power, and the reason why she's in the cleanup spot.
That one misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count now to Habrel. Osage trying to get out of this inning with limited damage. Has allowed 1 run to come across, but the base is clear here with 2 outs. Down the third base line, but foul. Hey, you look at the Braves last year. I mean, they put up some good numbers, but 18-30. And in the conference went 12-14.
Yeah, less than successful year for them last year.
Right. Well, you mentioned it before we came on the air. They played a whale of a schedule last year. Some really good teams on that list. Ooh, that one just missed outside. Everybody froze, including the home plate umpire, but did not get the call. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Yeah, the Braves played Florida State, who was ranked number 8 at the time, Rutgers, Northwestern, a couple Big Ten games there. This year, they'll play the Vols of Tennessee, Maryland, and Dartmouth, among others.
Popped up, shallow, going out, still on the dirt. Wortman now onto the grass to make the grab, and that will be the inning. But Cap gets the single, the stolen base, comes in to score on a ground out, and it's a 2-1 ball game. So 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We've completed 1, 2-1. GCU with the lead. Back after this.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. GCU is the university that
Back here at GCU Softball Stadium, Lopes got 2 in the top of the first. They are the designated visitor in this tournament format. And the Braves got 1 back in the bottom of the first. Michael Potter along with Alex Larson. And Alex, set to be a pretty good ball game. Both pitchers struggled a bit, buckled down when they needed to, but we got a tight game, 2-1, just going into the second inning.
Yeah, fun softball. Seen some runs early in the first inning. That's what we want to see. Got a freshman on the cage for the Lopes, or on the mound, I should say, the bump for the Lopes.
Bobo, as they call her, Aguilar Bosage, pitched pretty well in that one. Really not a lot of good hitting. I mean, a base hit single, nothing struck really hard. A couple of ground balls, one of them produced a run. That stolen base, though, really helped the Braves get that runner in scoring position.
Yeah, not surrendering any really solid contact, but GCU definitely had contact in their top half of the inning. So really looking forward to see if they can move forward with that.
So it'll be the bottom third of the order. Jenna Coates, Kenzie Hill, and Lorianne Olson up for GCU. Coates to lead things off against Julie Kestis. First pitch up high. Coates 0 for 1 in the ball game earlier today. The Lopes won that ball game 9-2. She was hit by a pitcher first time up in that ball game. Also had a ground out.
Coates, not a lot of playing time last season. Good to see her in the starting lineup here.
Yeah, getting 2 starts in a row. She was lifted for a pinch hitter her third time up in that ball game, but head coach Ann Pearson wanted to give her a couple of starts and see what she can do. Outside, 2-1. In that ball game earlier, the Lopes had the lead and looked like Taylor Nolan was just rolling, but ran into trouble, gave up a 2-run homer in the 5th, but then the Lopes just stormed back in the ball game, scoring 5 in the bottom of the 5th and 3 in the bottom of the 6th to take the 9-2 ball game and open the stadium in style. Fouled straight back our direction. 2-2.
Opening a stylish stadium up with some stylish play.
Coach Pearson in her 14th season, the only head coach this program has ever known, started the program and led it through its transition, leading it through its transition into full-fledged Division I status. The 2-2 fouled off, staying alive.
2014, Pearson named the WAC Coach of the Year. This year, similar expectations as we talked about, projected to win the WAC title, and that's exciting here as the last championship came in 2014.
Yeah, they share that WAC favorite pick with New Mexico State, the top 2 teams in the league going into it. They won the WAC championship their first year in it, inside and low, 3-2. In 2014, they've been trying to get back there since. Christy Musser is the coach down at first base. Ann Pearson, way out of that coaching box down at third. She's almost in the dugout down there, probably smartly so. You're right on top of the right-handed batter. Pull one down the line. You don't have any time to get out of the way. The 3-2. In the air to left. Cap comes in and makes the easy grab for the first out.
Boy, I'll tell you what, didn't Coach just miss that? I mean, it seemed to be solid contact. Just got under it a little bit and lifted it.
That'll bring up the catcher, Kenzie Hill. Kenzie was 1 for 3, had a couple of RBI in the ball game earlier today. Came on a base hit single in the 5th, drove in the 5th and 6th runs of that inning. Kestis gets the first batter out, trying to work a clean inning here. In the air to center. Pretty deep. Back to the warning track, just in front of the warning track. Making the grab, Willem with the out.
Again, some solid contact. This one a bit more of a line drive, but Hill's got some power. 12 RBIs last year, but couldn't put it in between the outfielders this time.
Well, they're getting close, is what you're saying. They're making some decent contact. We saw Wortman drive one about 2/3 of the way up that green monster, that batter's eye in dead center field in the first game. So the ball will carry here in this new stadium. Lorianne Olson at the plate. Misses outside. Lorianne Olson getting the start in left. She's in there for Maddie Dowdle, who got the start in game 1. So first start of the season for Olson. Swing and miss on a high fastball.
Yeah, having the stadium is one aspect of, a successful program, but how about the turnout here and the support that these fellow Lopes have given their team, even though they're not technically the home team?
That one misses high in a way. Yeah, good crowd, man. It was jam-packed for the early game here for the Lopes, and not that many people took off. It's a good crowd out here, too. I think we got I think it's a whole rugby team down there, too, came out to watch the ball game. Some big boys. The 1-2. Little chopper. Kestis has it, and that is the inning. So a very good inning for the Braves. Very clean. 1, 2, 3. The bottom third for the Lopes goes down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a 2-1 GCU lead with the Braves coming up.
See, two gentlemen.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today.
See Two Gentlemen of Verona in Ethington Theater. Comedy has been infused with the wizarding world of Harry Potter and opens this weekend. Full of Harry Potter references, this will not be a show to miss. Get your tickets at Ethington box office or email ethington@gcu.edu.
Caitlin McCarron leading things off here as we go to the bottom of the second. 2-1 GCU with the lead. Caitlin McCarron, Stephanie Campos, and Taylor Wilhelm due up for the Braves. Rip down the third base line, but foul. McCarron, the designated player in this one. She was the designated player in game one here today. The number 5 hole hitter for the Braves went 3 for 4 in that game. As I mentioned, the heart of the order had a day, and that one up the middle. Another base hit, 4th hit of the day for McCarron, first in this ball game.
Yeah, Brianna just stuck out her glove, but that one was hit sharply. Not really a chance, not any reaction time. And that one into center for a base hit.
That'll bring up Stephanie Campos.
Number 9, Stephanie Campos.
Campos moving up a bit in the order there. Was a 7-hole hitter in game one. Went 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. That was on the solo homer. Missed outside. Oh, in there for a strike. Caught the corner. I can't be too quick. These high and outside pitches called strikes quite a bit in the first game. That one called a strike here. So the Braves looking to knot things up here. Have a runner on. It's up high 1-1.
And a double play just shift momentum completely to the Lopes. Hopefully she can keep it low and force a ground ball.
Yeah, Lopes turned a huge double play in game one in the 4th inning. Really helped out Taylor Nolan. And how about a little pop out here, and we'll get the double play the next time. Shea Smith has it. 1 down. And I'll bring up Taylor Wilhelm.
The center fielder, number 4.
Definitely seemed to stay high that at bat, but it worked out for her in the end.
So Wilhelm digs in. 1 for 4 in game one here today. Had an RBI. Right in there for a strike. Brianna Aguilar Bosage in her first start of her GCU career.
Wilhelm played sparingly last season, but struggled, so to speak. Only 6 of 28.
Evens out 1-1 here. We saw the catcher for the Lopes, Kinsey Hill, throw down at first quite a bit in that first game, but runner down there for the Braves, not getting too far off. Caitlin McCarron with the base hit single to lead things off down there at first, the 1-1. Nice inside pitch, jammed her a bit. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Well, the freshman looking for her first strikeout of her GCU career.
Be a nice little monkey off the back.
Right back to Nolan, or excuse me, to Brianna. Grabs it, goes to first. Was that the double play you were thinking about? A little bit different, but it works.
Not at all. But I'll tell you what, I don't think the runner on first thought Brianna was going to make that catch. She did. Nice job of spearing that glove out there and getting the double play.
Both sides makes the catch, doubles off the runner, and that is the inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We've completed 2. 2-1 GCU with the lead. We'll be back after this.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
GCU with the 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the third. The Lopes, a designated visiting team in this one, trying to go 2-0 on opening day here at the GCU softball stadium. Michael Potter, Alex Larson with you. And Alex, we talked a little bit about the beautiful stadium, the good crowd support, but as the sun goes down and they got the lights on here, a great backdrop here. You see the students walking back to their housing, their apartments and everything. And boy, what a gorgeous facility. You know, the first thing they're going to do is you take a look at the stadium. They're going to extend that 6-foot fence all the way around, move that batter's eye back just a little bit to give it that purple look all the way around. And then I was talking to some folks. They've got bleachers, new bleachers coming in after the season, a press box, concession stands, restrooms in the main concourse. It's going to be a gorgeous softball stadium. Be ready to host some postseason action.
As if this place wasn't neat enough. I mean, listen to all those amenities. Concession stand, they're making the, something as small as making the whole back wall match in color and moving that batter's eye back. It's exceptional and exciting.
So Lopes top of the order. Smith, and Gonzalez due up for GCU. Little pitch, misses up high, way high. Ball one, almost like a little blooper pitch. Saw that back in the 70s and 80s if you guys threw that kind of eephus pitch.
I thought I'd see that a couple times. Seen that a couple times already tonight. Yeah,
Almost
it's exactly
like
an eephus.
Almost looked like a slow pitch there. That and the fastball, but up high. One just got away from Julie Kestis. Kestis faced 6 in the first inning, had a strikeout, but a double, a single, another double, and a couple runs came across. But set down the Lopes 1-2-3 last inning on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to count now. Shea Smith led off the ball game with a double off the wall out there and left, and then stole third and came around to score on the base hit single by Gonzalez. With that bunts up in the air, but not long enough for catcher Schroeder to get there.
Not the best opportunity, but Bowling made the most of her opportunities last season. 12 hits and 33 at-bats for a .364 batting average. And, looking for that success to spread here in the 2017 season.
Shea Smith, 2-2 count with nobody out here in the top of the third, fouled back. And, the Smith twins, they anchor that left side of the infield, with Shea at short and Sierra at third. And, last year it was Shea Smith hit .377 on the season, and Sierra hit .311. They played and started all 50 games last year. That's a recruiting coup when you can recruit one family and get 2 starters for 50 games last year.
Yeah, and with the production that they gave, it's certainly rare. You don't see that all the time.
Especially for a couple of freshmen playing key positions, especially shortstop. That one, a little bloop there. So Sierra, a strikeout victim her last time up. I tell you, it was Shea who had the better batting average last year, but Sierra had a whale of a ball game in the opening game here. She got the first base hit for a Lope in this stadium, got the first extra base hit. It was a triple, scored the first run for a Lope in this stadium. So having a day, trying to repeat it and have a night here. That one misses outside. Ball one. Yeah, Sierra was 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored in that opening contest, the 9-2 victory over Northern Colorado.
And that's something siblings like to do often. It's also a recruiting leverage for the family if you can get that second sibling in and get another package deal.
Outside corner, 1-1. You think there's some sibling rivalry there between those two over the years?
I mean, with the way they played last year, there certainly has to be some competition.
Likely, right?
Absolutely.
Slightly open stance there, left-handed hitter. The 1-1. One hop to second. Ooh. Not a great throw there by the second baseman, Leonard, but job gets done, and Habrel hangs on to it for the second out of the inning. So now you've got Julie Kestis, if she can get past Gonzalez, working on back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, seemingly hitting her stride here.
Yeah, and slowing down the bat power and speed of these Lopes. I mean, that one certainly looked good off the bat, but ended up one hopping in front of the second baseman and really a bloop.
Gonzalez, the RBI single in the first, waited on that one. Ooh, off the glove, but Leonard recovers, fires over to Habrel, and a 1-2-3 inning once again for the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Kestis faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-1, GCU with the lead. Well, if you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel? Featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill, the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Rooms start at $79 a night. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com. I had the chance to eat at the Canyon 49 Grill. Charles Hampton took me over there. I think he might have even paid for my lunch. I don't remember exactly. But he introduced me to the Canyon 49 Grill. It was a very, very good meal. Very good meal. Some of the fans saying that might be the first time Charles Hampton picked up the tab, if he did. It's just a rumor. But great hotel. Had some friends in town for one of Andy Stankowicz's baseball camps. They stayed over there, loved it too, so check it out if you get a chance. gcuhotel.com. Have you had a chance to eat a meal over there, Alex?
I have, and it is delicious.
It was wonderful.
I concur with you.
Did you have the burger?
I had the steak, actually.
Whoa, big time.
I
to
went the one
lunch
time
with
and
you.
I tried it,
Man.
Well, that's the benefit of the Lopes dining dollars,
Oh, there you go.
You get to use it at Canyon 49.
When I was a Lope, we didn't have Lope's dining dollars, and we definitely didn't have steak on campus. So things have changed for the better at GCU in the dining category. Hunter, Stoner in the top of the order, and Cap due up here. 2-1 GCU as we get back underway in the bottom of the third. Lope's a designated visiting team in this one. First pitch from Bobo misses down low and inside. Hunter 0 for 3 in the first game the Braves played earlier today, looking for a first base hit of the season. Ooh, and that hits her. So she'll get on base, but the painful way.
Yeah, no time really to turn in on that one either. That ball ran in from the start and kind of hit her mid-thigh. If you turn, it kind of hits you in the butt, but not there. That one's going to hurt a little bit more than usual.
It looked like Brianna Aguilar Bosage is really working to control that inside part of the plate against the right-handed batter. That one got away, so Gabby Stoner, the shortstop, left-handed hitter, at the plate.
Well, you're going to see that, of course, with a young pitcher and a freshman. Some mistakes, but you want to see her come back and regroup and, change and not fall into the same mistakes that she has been, the small mistakes she's made.
Right, exactly, yeah. She's got the 2-1 lead, but runners on, low and away. Stoner wouldn't bail her out. These Braves batters being very patient, maybe knowing that it's a freshman pitcher, going to make her come to them. Whereas in the first game, you had a senior on the mound, and Taylor Nolan, and she's the preseason whack pitcher. Everybody knows you're going to get the ball around the dish, so the Bears tried to come up there aggressive. Inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strike the count. And if we see the rest of the year, what we saw from Nolan in game 1 here with the 11 strikeouts, she is going to not only grab that whack pitcher of the year, but she's going to grab a few more honors down the road. The 1-2 up high, wouldn't chase it. Now it goes to 2-2.
Well, Nolan, continuing her dominance, and GCU, if they want to win this WAC title over New Mexico State, they're going to need her to be their constant ace. 2-2
pitch. To short. Could they turn 2? Second, did they get it? They did. Over to first. Might not have been in time. Ball got away. Anyway, boy, that was a close play out there at second base. It looked like Wortman was a little slow getting over there. And nicely done by Smith. Fed the ball right to the bag. Wortman able to make the out for the lead runner. But not in time to turn now. And then, boy, Hunter got down there in a hurry on second base.
Well, that ball was hit hard enough to turn 2 there. Just the throw on the transfer, not the best. But we saw a couple other grounders with a runner on first for GCU, just not hit hard enough. So that's the double play I had in mind earlier.
Cap tries to bunt that one. Bunts a foul, strike 1. Cap, a base hit single, a stolen base, scored the only run of the ball game for the Braves. And she kind of picking up where she left off. The senior outfielder was named a preseason All-Missouri Valley Conference selection. She was third team All-Midwest Region honors last year as a junior. Squares the bunt. No, they had the runner off first, but the runner down there, Stoner, able to take a big lead because fielders Bowling was crashing in on the possible bunt attempt. 1-1. See if they try to move things around again and possible bunt again. Squaring again, and that one in there for a strike. 1-2 the count now to Cap. Interesting. You're down 1. I get it playing for 1 run, but you have your best offensive player at the plate, and you're thinking about moving a runner over with 1 out. I think I might swing away here. 1-2 the count.
I guess the only thing I can think of is Cap's got that speed, we said, and we saw. So maybe trying to get her hit via bunt.
Right? Put it in play, and you probably leg it out. Just slashing that one. It's really like that running slash bunt that they do so often. Usually try to pound it into the ground and get the hop, you know?
Yeah, like you said, I don't really like the call to bunt there. I'd like to see Cap swinging away, especially with how she's been hitting.
So now they're going to have a little chat here, and Pearson out there talking to the home plate umpire. And now they're going to say it was a strike 3. Bunting. They called that bunting, the ball foul. Looked like she was kind of slashing at it, but they say it was a bunt foul for strike 3. Oh, okay. Well, Ann came out and argued that point. We were talking about it. Is she trying to bunt? Is she trying to kind of slap the ball? That actually, honestly, to me, looked more like a slap than a bunt. But the home plate umpire says it's a bunt, so it's foul, so it's strike 3, and that's it. And now the head coach for the Braves, Amy Hayes, is going to go out and talk to the umpire who made that call. That's the umpire. The third base umpire is actually out there at second base to make the call. Anita Robinette.
Yeah, Michael, I was actually
a discussion.
Opposite. I kind of thought
it was a bunt.
I definitely thought it was a bunt.
Well, then it should be. If it was a bunt, then yeah, you bunt with 2 strikes and it's foul. That's the out. The home plate umpire was thinking the other way, but you know, Ann Pearson, good call by the coach. She comes out there and she says, "Hey, let's ask another ump," and the ump said, "No. She was bunting. That's strike 3, so 2 down."
If it really was a bunt, it's got to come into question why you're calling a bunt with 2 strikes in the first place with 1 out.
Inside corner strike 1. I think that's probably why Amy Hayes was probably, that's your argument, right? You walk in and go, she's my best hitter. I wasn't calling a bunt. Are you kidding me?
Exactly, right. Yeah,
but it goes as the first strikeout of the career of Brianna Aguilar-Bosage. 0-1, fouled off. Now going to get out of there 0-2.
Probably not the strikeout she envisioned when thinking about this game.
Probably not.
A third foul ball bunt for the strikeout.
Well, you talked about this Brave squad. They got 12 returners coming back, starting to build a bit of a program here. So they got high hopes as that one misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strike the count.
12 returners, but 9 players graduated, and those that left were essential to this lineup, at least most of them.
Yeah, they had a all-region, a couple of all-conference, second-team all-conference players come back, but did lose some too. Into left center, coming over. Ooh, nice catch by Olsen, and a little bit of a miscommunication toward the end there, but able to make the grab, and that will be the inning. So for the Bradley Braves, no runs and no hits. There were no errors, and one left on base. We have completed 3, 2-1 GCU with the lead. We'll take a break and be back with more after this.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
We go to the 4th. The Lopes clinging to a 2-1 lead here, trying to get their second win of the day. They won earlier over Northern Colorado 9-2. Don't forget, folks, all these games, softball games, are going to be on GCU TV. You can go to gculopes.com and check out the schedule page there. Tomorrow, Grand Canyon versus Northern Colorado at noon. Then Grand Canyon versus Bradley at 2:30. Then Northern Colorado and Bradley at 5. And then on Sunday, Grand Canyon faces Bradley and then Northern Colorado to conclude the tournament. So come on out to the ballpark. If you don't get out, check it out on TV. But, you know, we're looking at great weather here, so you should really come check out the new digs and enjoy the day out of the house.
Yeah, no reason not to come out. New stadium, great weather. You can't use the heat as an excuse. Two formidable opponents.
Michael Potter and Alex Larson with you. Lainey Gomez, Camry Wortman, and Bianca Bowling due up here for GCU.
The center fielder, Lady Gomez.
So Gomez will lead things off here. Gomez ground out her first time up. Kestis, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. The pitcher for the Braves starts off Gomez with a strike.
Really just blew that one by her. She was well late on that swing on the outer part of the plate.
Gomez went 1 for 3 in the early game. Scored a couple runs, had an RBI. Kestis, that's a bunt. Oh, deadens it
nicely
perfectly.
put down bunt.
Oh, they got her. What a play. Well, the fans didn't like the call. Looked like they got her just by a step. But, boy, what a play defensively by the catcher there making that one. That was a beautiful bunt, but it goes as the first out.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the call at all, but how about that bunt? And how about that play by the Braves infield to get that throw over there?
So Estes has now retired 8. The last 8 batters she's faced. There's that off-speed pitch. Little loft in it. Misses ball 1. So the last batter to reach against Estes was the batter at the plate, Camry Wortman, a double in the first. He's retired the next 8. Down the line, but foul. So Wortman 1 for 1 in this one. She was 4 for 4 in the first. So how about the senior having a day? 5 for 5 on the day so far with the run and an RBI and a couple of extra base hits. 2 RBI, I think. Now she got an RBI. She drove in a run in the first inning of this one.
That first one was almost 1 RBI over the fence.
Right. The 1-1 ripped, but right at the first baseman. Well, you can't hit a ball much harder than that, so Wortman has got to still feel a little good about that at-bat. But the 9th Lope retired in a row by Kestis.
She was on that at-bat the whole time. I mean, solid contact out in front a little bit, but just a couple inches, and that would have been a base hit down the line. An extra base hit, I should say.
Bianca Bowling. Little soft liner caught by the second baseman. And now 10 in a row. 3 consecutive back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Julie Kestis. And she's getting a little comfortable here for the Lopes. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 GCU with the lead. And folks, don't forget to tune in to GCU TV tomorrow night for the Lopes' big rematch against New Mexico State. The game starts at 7 p.m. Coverage starting at 6:30. That's going to be a big one because the Lopes definitely need a victory here. They're coming off that victory over UTRGV. And New Mexico State just got spanked at Bakersfield, so they're going to come in town not real happy.
Yeah, and vying for position in the WAC. I mean, you're down that stretch now. You want to even the series out this season, obviously, with the Aggies. It's going to be a huge game, and Grand Canyon Arena is going to be bumping.
So here's the question, Alex. Would you rather face New Mexico State after they went on the road and beat Bakersfield big and they're feeling great, but they're kind of lethargic, or would you rather go after them, face them after they just got their hats handed to them, so now they're really angry coming to GCU and they're thinking, we can't lose 2 in a row?
I don't think so. I think the former in that situation there.
And the Lopes are getting the latter tomorrow night, but it should be a good game. Prior to the loss at Bakersfield, the last loss that New Mexico State had in the WAC was at GCU Arena last year.
Well, how about GCU gives them another one, 2 in a row, because the Lopes are definitely not going to roll over.
Should be a good one, definitely. Back underway here. Maria Schroeder leading things off, and then Katie Haberl and Caitlin McCarran do up. Lopes lead at 2-1. wouldn't say they're clinging to a 2-1 lead, but they have not been able to put any more on the board here.
Yeah, we saw some early fireworks, and this game's really slowed down and gotten into a groove of a normal softball game. You don't see baseball games, innings usually in the first run, and the runs in the first inning. I'm sorry about that.
In there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Well, Julie Kestis for the Braves has retired 10 in a row, so she is really locked in after giving up a couple of doubles, a single, and 2 runs in that first inning. She hasn't given up a one hard hit ball since then. That one pulled, going to go foul. Nobody can get to it. That was the Wortman line out to the first baseman. So she is really locked in, and you almost got to feel like the Lopes just going to have to lock down defensively, because it's going to be tough to get anything past Kestis.
We talked about in that first inning when they were hitting her, if they could keep hitting her like that, and we got our answer as Kestis found her groove.
She adjusted in the hole. Off the glove of Smith. Wouldn't probably have had a play anyways. A base hit by Haverhill to lead off the 4th.
Yeah, that was a nicely hit ball. Not necessarily too hard, but in between the third and the shortstop. And a layout really wasn't going to do anything, as that ball would not have been thrown over to first anyway.
So Schroeder with the base hit single, her first hit of the ball game. And Haverhill at the plate. Haverhill popped out to Wortman to end the first inning. I think I might have misspoken, said that last hit was Haverhill, but it was Schroeder leading off the inning. So Haverhill at the plate now. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball softly hit. Can they turn 2? Wortman for 1. Back to first. They get it. Second double play of the ball game. This one a little more what you had in mind, a 6-4-3.
Well, and back to what you said, I mean, a great job of Bosage working the inside part of the plate and getting control on that ball. That one just jamming the batter and hard enough to shortstop for the double play ball. Exactly what I was talking about.
Last time they had a double play opportunity down there to short. Wortman a little slow getting over there. This time, boy, she was over there in a hurry, and nice feed by Smith. First pitch in there for strike 1 to McCarron.
Yeah, the flip was nice, the transfer was nice, and the throw was perfect. Everything that needed to be good was.
Well, we had a 9-2 ball game in the first one. We had 3 home runs in the first ball game between the Braves and Northern Colorado. We might have a pitching and defensive game here if we don't watch out. Fouled back, 0-2. Yeah, nice way to put a bow on the first day of the GCU tournament here. You get a nice defensive and pitching struggle here. 0-2 count. Outside, McCarron held off. McCarron singled leading off the second inning. It's part of that double play when they pop out and throw out at first.
And obviously you can't speculate, but how nice would it be to give these fans some bonus softball here to cap off the GCU tournament.
The 1-2 up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brianna Aguilar, both sides, walking around a bit out there. Trying to get herself set. For the Lopes in the 5th, it'll be the bottom third of the order set to come up. The 2-2 with 2 outs. We'll go 3-2, go full.
Aguilar Bosage has done a nice job of staying composed on the mound. Of course, not too many things going against her yet, but as a freshman, sometimes it can be hard to stay calm and collected, and she's done a good job of that.
The payoff pitch in the air to center. Starting in and now fading back and making the grab is Gomez, and that is the inning. So a nice inning as Brianna Aguilar Bosage trying to match Julie Kestis. We got a bit of a pitcher's duel here. Both teams scored in the first, and it is 2-1 as we go to the 5th. Lopes with the lead. They'll be coming up after this.
I'm Taylor. I'm a senior here at GCU and I'm studying marketing. Moving on campus was one of the best decisions ever. Being an RA has given me a lot of experience that I think I can carry on through the rest of my life. Throughout my time here at GCU, I've needed $20,000 worth of assistance, but through my on-campus position and the multiple scholarships, I've been able to earn the money each year to pay that back, so by the time I walk across the stage, I'll have no debt.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
I'm Taylor. I'm a senior.
2-1, Lopes with the lead as we go to the fifth. GCU, the designated visiting team. A little weird to be here at GCU Stadium and see the Lopes as the visitors, hitting in the top half of the inning. But with this tournament format, a couple of games, they'll be the designated visitor in this one. Lopes scored 2 to get the game going. Double by Shea Smith. She stole third, came around to score on Gonzalez base hit single, and then Wortman got a double to bring in Gonzalez. 2-0 ball game, and then Bradley came up and Kelly Kapp, their great senior outfielder, a base hit single, a stolen base, and a couple of ground outs, and she's able to come in to score. And boy, Alex, that's where we are, 2-1. Both of these pitchers looking pretty locked in. Julie Kestis on the hill for the Braves looking very locked in, has retired the last 10 she's faced.
It didn't start that way, though. I mean, we certainly thought that we were going to see, another 9-10 runs, who knows, by the GCU Lopes, but they found their match here in Bradley right now.
So it's a bottom third. Coates, Hill, and Olson due up for GCU. And we'll see if GCU can get something going here in the fifth inning. It was in that fifth inning that Northern Colorado scored 2, and the Lopes came back and answered with 5, sent 9 to the plate. So we'll see if the fifth inning is going to be the magic inning here at GCU Stadium. Coates fly out to left, 0 for 1 in this game. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Coates was 0 for 1 in the first game, so 0 for 2 on the year. Looking for that elusive first base hit of the season. Did reach base, her first at bat of the season, when she was hit by a pitch. Caught the inside corner.
Coates may want that one back. Looked pretty nice. Opportunity to turn onto that on the inside part of the plate, but just hesitating and watching that one for a strike.
Good delivery from Kestis up high in the eyes, and boy, she turned on that one. Pulled it about 1.5 miles foul, so the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'm sure she imagined doing that and that second pitch, but just couldn't get the bat off the shoulders there and gave that one a ride, certainly.
Seems like the right-handed hitters always like the high and inside pitch, and the lefties love that ball low and inside for some reason.
See if she can straighten it out.
Oh, wow. That was that change-up, blue pitch. I'm not sure what you call that exactly, but boy, just dropped it right in there. Second strikeout of the ball game for Kestis, and now she has retired 11 in a row.
Well, I liked calling it the ephus, and we saw it there.
Really surprises folks.
I was going to say, I'm not sure. She was like, well, couldn't swing. It was so soft. It was.
Fastball up high to Kinsey Hill. Hill flew out to center field her first time up in this ball game. Kinsey, the catcher for GCU, was 1 for 3 with a couple of RBI in the first game. 1-0. It's almost like that when the guy throws a knuckleball, it just kind of floats up there. Not sure where it's going to go. Oh, that was a nice pitch. Ran in on her. Strike 1, 1-1. Boy, Kestis is getting very comfortable out there. Reminds me of Nolan the first couple of innings when Taylor was just mowing folks down, getting the ball, getting the sign, and firing.
Kestis certainly digging in here and
jammed her and fouled it back. Everybody in the stands being very polite, turning around and telling everybody walking around the concourse to heads up, which of course makes everybody look up, and the ball's coming right at them. So
I'll tell you what, that last foul ball that was launched almost hit a car.
Oh, did it really?
So everyone took some notice to that.
Everybody making sure it wasn't theirs.
Mm-hmm.
1-2 pitch with 1 out in the fifth. Foul back. Coming again. Everybody watch your lips, as they used to say on those Sizzlers coming into the dugout. So the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, with this backstop, we could, if one was hit just right, get one that spins over the backstop and right into our little press box here. Down the right field line, could be trouble. Paints the line. On her horse, going to go for 2. And a stand-up double. Kinsey Hill paints one down the right field line. Second double of the ball game, or third double, of the ball game for the Lopes.
Some nice action with the bats there, finally starting to wake up again. A nice job of taking that ball where it was pitched, waiting on it, and just sitting on it, driving that one right down the line. We saw a couple of tweeners that were called foul earlier, but this one in favor of the Lopes this time, and exactly what they wanted, only one out here.
So Hill down there at second with the one out, and Lorianne Olson, who had a little tapper ground out back to the pitcher her last time up.
Left fielder, Lorianne
Olson
Olson.
in her first start of the season. First playing action of the season for GCU. See if she can get her first RBI here. Pitch misses on the outside corner. Lorianne Olson, the freshman out of Tucson, Arizona, and Ironwood Ridge High School. Good speed out there with Kinsey Hill at second base.
A lot of this GCU roster staying local.
Caught the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1 strike. We are in the fifth inning here. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Zeros on the board after that first inning. Top of the fifth inning with the Lopes as a designated visiting team. Slapped into left field. No. Shortstop able to range over and make the grab for the second out of the inning. Stoner able to grab that one. So now to be the top of the order, going to have to get a base hit here, Shea Smith. With the ball just dying off the bats, I think you mentioned it earlier that Lopes are just missing some of those. That one looked like it might slice out in the left field, but Stoner able to track it down in the hole.
Well, it seemed like some of these swings, they've been well out in front of Kestis's pitch, and as a result, just going softly off the end of the bat.
High and away. Shea Smith doubled, stole the base, and scored in the first. Popped out in the third. So Kestis probably doesn't remember what it's like pitching with runners on base. Hadn't had any runners on since the first inning. The 1-0. That one missed the inside corner. The Braves fans didn't like that. Looked like a pretty good pitch just inside. Now goes to 2-0. Well, Kestis retired 11 in a row before giving up that double to Hill. On the outside corner for the strike. Now goes to 2-1 strike on Shea Smith. Shea 1 for 4 in the game earlier today. Also scored a run in the dirt. So 3-1, good hitters count here, and Sierra Smith on deck.
Should be, not a ball too fat down the plate with 2 outs, but should be expecting a nice pitch here. 3-1.
Got a base open there, so they can be a little careful, but in the air. Did she get it? It's going in the gap. Get up, get gone. Smith, a 2-run dinger, and the Lopes extend their lead.
Well, she got that pitch on the outside part of the plate, exactly what she wanted. Waited on it and took it where it was pitched. Again, a nice job of the GCU batters to do that. Man, Kestis left that one up in the zone.
Good power for Shea Smith, too. The opposite field, that ball, she got it good, and it just continued to carry out there in the gap. So Smith gets her first home run of the year. She had 3 home runs last year. Gets her first home run on day 1. I'm going to bring up her sister, Sierra.
Let's see if she's trying to do the same thing.
See if she can match her sister here.
Swing out of her shoes. Hopefully not. Patient. Good job there.
She's looking for her first base hit of this ball game. She struck out looking in the first. She ground out to second in the third. But in the ball game before this, she went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. It was all over the place offensively on the base path. Little pop in foul territory. Third baseman Campos makes the grab, but after retiring 11 in a row, Kestis gives up the double down the right field line, just painted the line to Hill. A couple of batters later, A 3-2 count to Shea, or 3-1 count to Shea Smith. An opposite field homer over the left field wall, and the Lopes now get a little distance. They lead it 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Check out the latest from the College of Theology's blog, Living Faith. This Christian blog covers biblical, theological, and practical topics, all written by GCU faculty and special guests. Go to blogs.gcu.edu/COT. That's blogs.gcu.edu/COT.
Michael Potter, Alex Larson with you here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Well, the Lopes have so far this season, Alex, enjoyed the 5th inning. They've scored 7 runs in the 2 fifth innings that they've played, 5 in the game earlier, and now 2 in this one, and give themselves a little bit of distance for their freshman hurler, Brianna Aguilar-Bosage, who seemed to settle down a bit and has pitched very well. Not to say that she needed to settle down, but seemed to really right things the last couple batters she faced in that last inning.
And certainly that's going to take some even more pressure off her. The 3-run buffer there instead of 1. Right. So her offense pitching in and helping her out on the mound.
Campos, Wilhelm, and Hunter due up for the Braves as we get back underway. First pitch in there for strike 1. Yeah, with that 3-run buffer, as you mentioned, you can kind of just rear back, and you don't want to just groove fastballs, but you can use fastball change pretty much here and just keep it a little off the plate, but you want to challenge these guys.
Yeah, and you don't have to necessarily
little off-speed offering, fouled off.
Leave pitches out in the zone. You know, you can, yeah, like you said, be way more careful because one mistake in a 1-run lead and it can be tied just like that.
Campos popped out to the shortstop her first time up in this ball game. The 0-2 into center. Shallow center coming in after reading it a little deeper is Gomez to make the grab, and out number 1 of the inning.
Nice job by Lainey Gomez out there in center. Taking a couple seconds and reading that. You know, sometimes you'll see outfielders take a step back or charge in before they need to, but that one floated up there, and she just needed to adjust and read it. Good job there.
Wilhelm, 0 for 1, popped out, and is up here with 1 out, nobody on. A drive into left, pretty well hit, up, and that one's gone. And we got a solo shot, 4-2, after the solo shot by Wilhelm.
Mistake there by Bosage. That pitch absolutely blasted.
Well, we said challenge him, right? She did, and Wilhelm got the best of that one.
Thank goodness for the 2-run top of the 5th there. I'll tell you what,
no
this
kidding.
game would be tied. Of course, still 4-2 lead, and still a bit of comfortability for the Lopes.
Well, that shot to left, and it looks like the outfielders, because Olsen broke in on that and it was well struck, it looks like they're starting to have a little trouble adjusting now that night has fallen. This is the first time they've ever played in this stadium at night under these lights, and so that is something to look at. They've really never even practiced in the stadium, I don't think, or not that much at night with these lights.
Especially with a new stadium and all the surrounding environment, you have to take in consideration different glares from different angles.
Hunter pops it up, coming over the first baseman, bowling to make the play for out number 2.
And good job calling Bosage off there. Kind of thought Bosage might have taken that for a couple seconds there, but then she came off and let her first baseman make the play, as she should have.
Stoner, the shortstop at the plate now, reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. Inside, just missed. 1-0 the count. So the one missed pitch there, the first pitch that Wilhelm saw, deposited over the left field wall, but Bosage pitching pretty well here, fouled off. Way late on that one.
Stoner well behind that, just overpowering her.
1-1 the count here. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Lopes lead at 4-2. Tried to check the swing. Probably should have went after it. Caught the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Well, if you look at all the top teams in Division I softball, and they've typically got an ace, and the Lopes have that, and Taylor Nolan. And if Brianna Aguilar-Bosage, as the freshman, can be that good number 2, that can take them a long way this year. That one misses up high.
Yeah, and the Lopes actually finished higher than they ever have in RPI as far as Division I softball, as high as 53rd up there. So definitely notable. I mean, of all the universities out there, 53rd.
Into left, coming in. Oh, can't hang on to it. So Olson got a good break on that one, Alex. Just couldn't hang on to it. Had to run a long way. So Stoner on with the base hit single, and that'll bring up Cap and the top of the order.
Well, unfortunately, I think that might be a play that Olson wished she had back. Definitely a play I think most Division I softball players are expected to make. Unable to do so there, and as a result, went on first with 2 outs.
Got a pretty good break on it. It looked like the ball was just diving on her. And off the bat of the lefty, slicing a bit away, and just couldn't make that grab at the shoe tops. Now this could turn into a big play for the Braves if they can get something out of it. It brings up their best hitter, Kelly Cap. 1 for 2, a strikeout, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. That went in there for a strike.
Good job of staying inside and not being intimidated with a runner on, and a smaller lead than previously, but keeps control in the inner part of the plate there on Cap.
The 1-1. Little squibber to short. Smith will go the long way for the out. Well, the solo home run with 1 out by Taylor Wilhelm makes it a 4-2 ball game. But the Lopes still with the lead, 4-2, as we go to the 6th. We'll be back with more right after this.
Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back to GCU Softball Stadium. Michael Potter and Alex Larson with you. And Alex, you mentioned it when they got those 2 extra runs. Hey, that can be nice for the freshmen, and they needed it because the Braves come right back at a solo homer. Would have been a tie ball game, but because the Lopes were able to push 2 across in the 5th, they lead it 4-2 here in the 6th inning. And they finally get to Kestis. They got to her in the 1st for 2, get to her in the 5th for 2, but she had been mowing down the Lopes in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Well, Bradley also the response on the solo home run, but if it's going to be punch, punch, counter punch, then GCU will take it as the 2-1.
Yeah, we'll trade it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That trade-off definitely in favor for the Lopes.
So Gonzalez, Gomez, and Wortman, the heart of the order for GCU coming up here in the 6th. Lopes got the win earlier today, 9-2 over Northern Colorado, looking to go 2-0. Gonzalez singled, drove in a run, and scored in the 1st. Ground out to 2nd in the 3rd. So 1 for 2. First pitch, ripped, foul. Boy, and Ann Pearson, as I said, coaches third base, way over there by the dugout, way out of the coach's box, almost just barely a step out of the dugout. Usually we think because she doesn't want to get hit by a ball down there, and that one almost got her, just a little bit too high. It ripped that one way foul.
Definitely close. I was going to go back to the point you said about earlier, and you beat me to it.
0-1 to count. Now she fouls it off the right side. So Gonzalez behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Lainey Gonzalez, the center fielder for GCU. Played some nice defense out there so far today as well. The 0-2 fouled off. Gonzalez staying alive. Or excuse me, Nikki Gonzalez, the designated player. Gomez on deck, the center fielder.
Gonzalez has had powerful contact line foul each side. So regardless of where this pitch is, confident she's going to go with it.
Needs to square one up here. The 0-2, and it hits her. Now, the coach for the Braves is going to say she was swinging, and that's what the umpire is going to say. It's a strike, and it's strike 3.
Unfortunately, I saw the same thing.
And Pearson's going to have a word now. First, the Braves head coach is going to have a chat, Amy Hayes, with the home plate umpire. And now Ann Pearson waiting her turn. Now she's going to ask for a question.
What do you think there?
Well, that's what Ann came up, and I think she said, wasn't that a ball, and did she check her swing? So you want to get the help down there. But he's saying, I believe the home plate umpire is saying they went around.
Yeah, I thought it went all the way around too. Just kind of one of those reaction instinct plays where you trying to get out of the way, don't know if it's running in on you.
Coach Pearson having a long word down there, but as it is right now, Nikki Gonzalez is going to be out with a strikeout. That'll be the third strikeout of the ball game for Kestis. Now Ann still having a word. Now she's had her say. So both coaches have questioned the umpires in this one and had some conferences, and now we're back underway here with one out. Now it's Lainey Gomez. Gomez 0 for 2, ground out to short, and a little tapper in front of the mound. Great play by the catcher in that one. Gomez has played a nice center field for GCU. She was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Also reached on a walk in game 1. Trying to get on base here with 1 out in the 6th. That fastball caught the inside corner, 1-1.
Almost ran in and hit her left knee. Seemed like as she was trying to get out of the way.
A lot of green out there between right fielder and the center fielder. She can hit it that direction. Fouls that one off on the run-up. 1 ball and 2 strike the count. Well, they got this field turf in the outfield, the rubber infield, so you might see when somebody slides on it or when a ball hits on it, you'll see some black rubber bounce up. A lot of teams going to this, typically the teams in the bad weather areas, but got a nice look to it here.
Yeah, the opposite of a bad weather area.
Yeah. Well, and you never know if they might eventually go back to the grass. Just want to get this in now because they were kind of behind the 8 ball getting the whole thing opened, and you got to give grass the time to grow and attach and everything. The 2-2. There's that Ephus pitch outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count to Lainey Gomez. Lopes with the lead here. 4-2 in the 6th. Braves, though, not going away. Boy, they keep pressing the action every inning.
Yep, and guessing this one's going to come down to the final inning. I mean, don't count the Braves out.
Inside, she walked her. Goes back to the backstop. So Gomez on for the first time in the ball game. That'll bring up Camry Wortman. Wortman was retired for the first time of the day, all day. She was 4 for 4 in game 1, 1 for 1 in this one. And last inning, Breda had her hardest hit ball. She laced it down the first base line, but right at the first baseman, Habrel made the grab for the first time to retire Wortman. Pitch out. They're going to throw behind, and not in time. Gomez looked like she was taking that big lead.
I would not have liked to see her bunt there, and I'm glad it was just a fake, a decoy, because when you got someone swinging the bat this well, you got to keep her swinging the bat, that's for sure.
She is 5 for 6 on the season with 2 runs. couple of RBI, got a couple of extra base hits. In the game 1 against UNC, she hit one to dead center that hit off about 2/3 of the way up of that batter's eye, and to dead center here in this ballpark. The dimensions are 200 down the lines and 220 to dead center. That was probably a good 250 right off the upper third of that green screen. So she is dialed in from the get-go here this season. Hit .392 last year. Back for her senior campaign. The 1-1. Inside. 2-1. Go ahead.
That pitch has been called a lot today.
It
I'm
has.
surprised it wasn't.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it, right? Might not be a strike all the time, but if they call it, they tend to call it all the time.
Indeed.
Wortman got a break on that one, the 2-1. There goes the runner. The throw didn't get her. So Gomez steals second stolen base of the day for the Lopes. Smith had one in the first. So now a runner in scoring position for the Everett Dangers, Camry Wortman. And a 3-1 count. We saw a homer, a 2-run homer off the bat of Shea Smith on a 3-1 count a little bit earlier in the ballgame. Strike called, a little delayed, and Wortman had the bat dropped and was heading down to first. So
Kestis not making the same mistake as she did.
Yeah.
A last 3-1 pitch. That one kept low and away. Smart location.
The 3-2 with Gomez on second. Wolves trying to pad their 4-2 lead. And she waited on it and bangs it into center field. They're going to hold up the runner at third. Wortman's going to try to go to second. Aggressive play. Did she get in behind the tag? No. Tag was missed. It was the slide that got her in there. Well, Pearson said she wanted aggressive base running, and she got it there.
This is going to, well, I wonder if they're going to see. I'm not sure how the tag quite missed. It seemed like the throw was well, but a great job of Wortman sliding around the bag and getting another body part to just tap the corner.
Well, it looked like Wortman did that classic where you kind of slide off to the side and then you pull the body back and reach back in with the hand that goes by. But, yeah, we'd love to see that shot down the line. But, the umpire was right there, right on top of it. Initially started to call it, and then right away went with the safe sign. And not a huge argument from anybody. Even the second baseman making the tag didn't really make much of an argument. So now the Lopes in business with just one out. You got good speed at second and third. Bianca Bowling at the plate.
Really impressed with that at-bat by Wortman, ultimately to hit that eephus pitch up the middle.
Popped in the air. Will that get out of play? It will, on top of the dugout. Yeah, she waited on that thing, didn't she?
Seemed like that thing was coming at her for a good 5-10 seconds before depositing that one straight back up the middle.
And the second double of the ball game for Wortman. She's 2 for 3, and she is 4 for 7 on the day with 3 doubles and 3 singles.
Not bad
so
numbers
4
at all.
for 4 in the first one and 6 for 7 on the day. 4-2 lead for the Lopes, trying to tack some more on here in the 6th. Fouled back. Yeah, when you look at this squad and you look at Noling as the pitcher, you're pretty sure you're going to get what you expect out of her. And good to see the freshman, Bosage, pitching well here. And you expect that the Smith sisters and Wortman will give you most of your offense. It's great to see Nolan, the pitcher, and Wortman, the senior, both seniors, really stepping up here early. Outside 1 and 2.
As the season goes on, of course, they'd like to see more production out of the bottom of the lineup too, but of course you rely on the heart of the order to get the job done, and no change here.
The 1-2, rip down the right field line, hooking, and foul. Ooh, that was pasted.
I wonder how far that would have traveled had the net, the home run net not
right.
been back there.
That was well up that netting.
Lofted.
The fence is 6 feet high. You'd probably guess a little bit about how high that went, but boy, did she turn on that one. So Bowling comes back and picks up the bat. Ready to go again here.
As if this stadium is not beautiful enough for full moon rising in right field, of course covered by the clouds, but man, wouldn't that be absolutely perfect? A full moon, a new stadium.
And 2 wins on the day. The 1-2. Waited on it, over the shortstop. 1 run's going to score Gomez. Wortman on her horse. She scores easily. Back-to-back doubles, and a couple more runs across. 6-2 GCU.
And that'll definitely help them for that second win. 4-run lead now, and as a result of a patient at bat, and it looked, Kestis.
Yes, this might be done here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and once again, it's back-to-back doubles, both on that slow ephus pitch, lob, whatever you want to call it, that just hung up. She was getting that outside and off the plate. The last 2 were right over the heart of the plate, and Wortman waited on it, shot it into center field, and it looked like Bowling just kind of took a lesson from her and did the exact same thing and just pasted it over the shortstop's head.
Yeah, I'm surprised with how hard both of those balls were hit, because that ball sent in there, pitched in there, not fast at all.
Yeah, you're supplying all the power at that point because the ball's just kind of lobbed in there. So new pitcher on the mound, Megan Mahaffey. Mahaffey, the sophomore righty out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, and Crystal Lake Central High. So Mahaffey, the new pitcher.
Fared a little bit better record-wise at 7-2, 55 innings pitched. Still in there at 5.35 ERA, 36 walks. The opponent's batting average against her is .357.
Well, Bowling having a day with that double, driving in 2 to extend this lead to 6-2. That's her 5th RBI on the day. So you talked about it. You'd love to see this bottom third pick things up, and I think you're right on about that. But, boy, the heart of the order, actually, and the top of the order, and the 4, 5, and 6 have just been outstanding for GCU today.
Well, and as they build their identity as a program and as a Division I softball team, that's what they're going to come to expect day in and day out from the 3, 4, 5 hitters, especially if they want to win this WAC.
Taylor Kay on to pinch hit, the sophomore out of Mountain Ridge High. Swing and a miss with 1 out. Runner on second. 2 runs already across. 2, the magic number for the Lopes. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the 5th, and 2 here in the 6th. So tapper to the right side. That's going to be trouble. Nobody home at first. Boy, Kay with the wheels. She scored a run in game 1 where she was at second, a grounder right, and she just motored all the way around and scored with a lot of speed. And she beats that one out, so runners at the corner, still just 1 out.
Well, the 2 runs so far in this inning have seemed to take a toll a little bit on this defense mentally. A lapse in, really knowledge of the game. You got to get over right when you see that ball. First baseman charged, second baseman's got to get over there.
Hill at the plate. Hill had to double and scored a run back in the 5th. Ooh, that one cuts in on Hill, taken for ball 1. So Taylor Kay out there at first base with the single. Bianca Bowling at third after doubling in a couple. 2 runs across, just 1 out. Lopes trying to pad this lead here as we get toward the final innings. The 6-2 lead. Ground ball. Ooh, hot shot to third. Throw over in time. What a play down there by Campos.
Man, Hill hit that ball hard.
Yeah, she did.
One of the harder hit balls, actually, I'd say, of the game so far for GCU. But this one, able to make a play on it, and a great play at that.
Well, Campos is in about 5-6 steps from third anyway. So, man, you're right on top of it there. Lorianne Olson at the plate, looking for her first base hit. First pitch misses outside ball 1. Megan Mahaffey on in relief. Now 2 runners in scoring position. See if Lorianne Olson can get first base hit of the season and drive in a couple more. outside.
Take all the runs they can get in good position here with runners on second and third.
Yeah, we have seen that the Braves can score some runs, so they definitely want to get as many as possible. Olson, the freshman from Tucson, Arizona, and Iron Ridge High. Back ready to go. Pitch to Olson. Outside. Olson ahead in the count here. 3-0. Going to load the bases for the top of the order here. That's in there for a strike. 3-1.
Taking that one all the way. Couldn't be a better pitch, but
the 3-1. Offered at it, strike two. Cal goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. She got Bowling out at third and Kay at second. Olson 0 for 2 in this one, lined out to short her last time up. The payoff pitch. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Well, top of the order, and Shea Smith is on deck, and she's 2 for 3 with a couple of extra base hits. 2 runs scored. One of those extra base hits was the 2-run homer back an inning ago. Love to get her at the plate with the bases loaded. Maybe Olson can drive in a couple here on her own. The 3-2. Mahaffey taking some time. Now she's ready to roll. Tapped foul again. So you hear Lorianne Olson's nickname here is Lulu. You hear some of the fans hollering out. And Brianna Aguilar Bosage's nickname is Bobo.
love the nicknames.
Payoff pitch once again to Lulu. Tapper. Mahaffey's got it, and that's the inning. But the Lopes get a couple of runs across here. Lead at 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The walk, the back-to-back doubles by Wortman and Bowling, and 2 runs come across. So the Lopes in control here with just a couple of innings to go as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Be sure to check out GCU.TV and subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/GCU so you never have to miss the action. We'll be streaming our softball games, our home softball games, for the rest of the season. So make sure you check it out, youtube.com/GCU. Alex and I will be around for a few of those this year as well, but we'll always have some folks involved. And if you're not able to make it out, definitely continue to check out the stream. You can see the beautiful facility out here as part of that 10-in-2 program. 10 new facilities in 2 years. This and the baseball field, really the final cap on that. After this season ends, they're going to finish this softball stadium off, and then they're going to take a crack at Brazel Stadium. And saw some of the mock-ups of that. A couple of beautiful facilities once those are done.
10-2 plan by GCU is unbelievable. Yeah, like you said, the mock-ups for everything. I mean, even from everything from the baseball field to the women's basketball practice facilities.
Right.
Just state-of-the-art, beautiful, beautiful buildings.
Well, 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. So just 6 more outs to go here for Brianna Aguilar Bosage. Taylor Nolan got a complete game of victory, went all 7. Gave up just 5 hits and a couple of runs. Struck out 11 in that ball game. So the freshman Bosage trying to put a nightcap on this one the same way Nolan did in the first game. Leonard, the second baseman, to lead things off. This is outside. Leonard had a ground out to short and a fly out to left. So 0 for 2 for Liz Leonard. She was 1 for 4 with a run scored in the first game today for Bradley, a loss to UNC. Count goes to 1-1. Well, Bradley's got to be a little unhappy with how this day's unfolded. Not just the loss to UNC earlier, but in that game, they had the momentum, had a 4-2 lead, and then gave up a 4 spot to Northern Colorado in the bottom of the 5th and never were able to come back. Shot up the middle. Gomez lays it off the chest, but picks it up. So base hit single by Leonard, leadoff runner aboard once again.
Bradley hasn't had to worry about blowing the lead and the momentum here because they really haven't had it necessarily.
Right.
Grand Canyon starting off with a 2-1 lead in the first inning and have not surrendered that since.
Schroeder 1 for 2. Braves have had the leadoff runner aboard in 5 of 6 innings so far. Into right center field. Gomez gets by her. Took a bad route to the ball. Bounces off the wall. Leonard's going to come around. A good throw could get her, but it's cut off. Not great communication there. Would have been a bang-bang play at the plate, but it would have been close. A run across. It's 6-3 GCU now.
Well, every single time they get runs in the top half of the inning, they end up not regretting it or end up needing them because
right.
Here, another one-run answer for Bradley. That's all they've been able to do so far, but no outs here.
And a runner in scoring position. Pearson going out to the mound. Are they going to make a switch here? They have someone warming down in the pen there. And it's like Maria Valencia was warming down there in the pen. So Coach Pearson having a word out there in the circle, the outfielders together. Yeah, it just looked like on that hit to center, it struck well, but it looked like Gomez just took a straight route to the ball and it skipped past her. Didn't quite read that well. And we've seen that a couple of times on line drives, especially to the outfield. They've had a tough time reading it since night has fallen. With this backdrop and these stands and these lights, might play a part into it. But once that got to the wall, Leonard was off to the races and came around to score without a throw.
And you got to take into account that Bobo's probably getting tired out there.
And having a long meeting with him. It's a 6-3 ball game.
Looks like Bobo's going to stay out there.
Oh, it wasn't?
Nope.
Wasn't Ann out there. Looks like it was another one of the coaches that came out there and had a chat with her. Was that Rodriguez? Either way, back underway here, and Habrel at the plate. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. So Brianna Aguilar-Bosage going to stay in there.
Still warming out there down the left field line. We'll see if she can get out of this inning.
Off speed pitch, nicely done. 1-1. Well, Leonard singled in the double by Schroeder, bringing the run across. As you mentioned, just nobody out here in this one. And the heart of the order, Habrel, McCarron, and Campos due up here for the Braves. The pitch. Up high. They're going to throw behind the runner. Boy, that's a dangerous throw. And the ball gets away from Wortman. Off her glove. She just kind of tossed it into shallow center field, and the runner advances. Well, that's a high-risk, low-reward play, and it turned out that way. Very aggressive by Hill, but now another run just down at third base.
The ball thrown down by Hill really before the second baseman even had a chance to get to the bag. Ball was put in a nice spot as far as where the tag should be applied.
Well, popped into center field. Gomez has it, the tag, and the throw is going to be late, and it's a 6-4 ball game. So Habrel gets the sac fly to center. Schroeder comes around to score, and it's a 2-run ball game.
Well, finally answering the 2 runs for the GCU Lopes, top half of the inning. And the Braves have different ideas, not trying to lose their first 2.
Up the middle, going to get through. Smith has it. Oh, great play for the out. Smith ranging, showing that great range and showing that arm. Shea Smith with a nice defensive play for the second out of the inning.
Well-needed defensive play, too. If that one gets up the middle,
Third baseman, Stephanie Campos.
not a good situation there. That was a big play made by Smith.
That'll bring up Stephanie Campos. Campos 0 for 2 in this ball game. And in there for strike 1. They're going to give the air on that, on the throw down there to second, not on Wortman. So it's E2 that allowed Schroeder to get to third base and then come in and score on that sac fly. The 0-1. Tied her up on an inside pitch, 0-2. Love the way both sides is coming back and just grinding through this tough inning. The first 2 batters squared her up pretty well and not giving up. Ripped, but pulled foul.
Tell you what, I almost said when there was no outs and a runner on second for Bradley, wouldn't it be amazing if Bobo was able to get out of this inning? And here we are right now, 0-2, 2 outs.
She's doing it here. Nice, slick defensive play helping her out by Shea Smith, but really pounding that inside corner to the right-handed batter. See if she does it again, the 0-2. Going outside, wouldn't chase as that ball got away. Well, Wilhelm is on deck, and last time she faced Bobo, she hit a solo home run. So I'd like to end it right here, in this inning right here. Take a 2-run lead into the 7th. The 1-2. Outside. Count goes to 2-2.
Two pitches in the same spot. Not quite where she wanted it, is staying well wide.
They come back inside here. She's been pounding the inside part of the plate, the 2-2. Chop to third. Smith has it, fires to first, and that is the inning. Well, great recovery after the first 2 batters reached. Couple runs come across, though. 6-4 GCU with the lead as we go to the 7th. Back after this.
GCU basketball is America's biggest party. The noise, the ridiculous plays, the havocs. Don't miss out on the rivalry in the desert as GCU gets a rematch with New Mexico State. It's the Lopes and the Aggies from GCU Arena, Saturday, February 11th at 6:30 p.m. Be a part of the Thunder and get your tickets at lopestickets.com.
To the 7th we go. The Lopes with the 6-4 lead. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and Bradley answered in the 1st, in the 5th, and in the 6th. So they've always had an answer, but the Lopes have outpaced them just a bit. 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 3 left on for the Lopes. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for Bradley. The Lopes, the visitors, so it'll be the top of the order here in the top of the 7th. And you know, although you like having that 2-run lead, you'd love nothing more than get a couple more runs across the board for the Lopes to give your freshman pitcher a little bit more of a cushion.
Seems like every time they've needed to, they have done it. And see if they can keep up with that trend here.
Well, Mahaffey came in last inning after a couple of runs were across and pitched well. But she will face the top of the order.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Lopes, the shortstop, Shea Smith.
Smith 2 for 3, a double and a run scored in the first, a pop out in the 3rd, and a 2-run homer in the 5th. So Shea Smith, Sierra Smith, and Nikki Gonzalez due up for GCU. Bunted foul. The 0-1 to Smith. Just a bit high. Smith had that very nice defensive play in the bottom of the 6th, ranging behind the bag to throw out McCarron for the second out of the inning.
They've been attempting pitch up in the zone. Don't know how high exactly, but
foul down the first base line. Yeah, it looked like a borderline strike call even, but I tell you, the lefties lay off those high pitches. The righties can't help but swing out of their shoes against those high pitches for some reason.
yeah, that's right. And when the lefties swing at it, it seems, well, a couple times we've seen them way out in front and tapping it down the right field.
1-2. Pitch for Mahaffey. Hideaway. 2-2 the count now. Tournament continues tomorrow. Games at 12, 2:30, and 5. The Lopes played the first 2. Shot into the gap in right center. Will it get to the wall? It does. Smith on her horse. Stumbles a bit around second. Slides into third with the leadoff triple.
Exactly what you wanted after surrendering 2 in the bottom half. Seems like each team has had the answer after an offensive inning and some runs scored, starting off with a leadoff triple.
Will Smith just a single away from a cycle in this one, a homer, a double, a triple. She has the daily cycle. In the first game she got a single. Can we count that for the day?
Sure enough. I mean, it's still hard enough to do it in one day.
Well, she got the hardest ones, the double, triple, and homer out of the way here, and she's down at third base. An extra insurance run, her sister trying to drive her in.
Do that in a whole tournament, that's impressive.
It's not bad.
Let alone a night.
Up high, 2-0. Sierra struck out looking in the first, ground out to second in the third, and popped out in foul territory. Catch made by the third baseman in the 5th. So looking for her first base hit of this ball game. Shoots it to short. No throw to home and none at first. Well, it was a great play by the shortstop just to come up with that one. That was a hot shot, and Stoner was able to grab it, but no play. Everybody's safe, and it's 7-4 GCU.
Hard hit ball. I'm not quite sure how she was able to nab that. Nice play to the backhand, though, but hesitating and looking home first, especially at 6-4. Well, I guess that run is sort of important, but that ball was hit so hard she could have gotten the for sure out over at 1. Now there's no outs.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Lopes, number 33.
So Nikki Gonzalez will take a seat on the bench. And number 33, Megan Stevens, will come in to pinch hit in this one. Stevens came in to pinch hit in the game earlier today and was hit by a pitch. Didn't get a lot of time up there. Oh, and 1 the count. Stevens, a freshman from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Headed Wanda high. Fouled it back.
She seemed to really want that one. Hard cut there, but foul tip.
0-2, so Stevens a bit of a hole here. Pitch for Mahaffey. Right back between the legs of the pitcher Mahaffey into center field.
They're
So
all
triple and back-to-back singles.
Yeah, they're all over Mahaffey right now. I mean, each ball that's being hit, even if it's foul, is really hit hard. And exactly when you needed it, too. I mean, the top of the 7th, up 6-4. You know, Bradley has responded every time you've scored a run. That insurance is really nice. And on their way to a 2-0 tournament start.
Looking to tack on a few more here. Then heart of the order, Gomez at the plate. First pitch in there for a strike. Gomez ground out to short. Also had a little tapper. The catcher made a nice play on and then walked, stole, and scored a run in the 6th. Missed outside, 1-1. And Wortman on deck. Has only been retired once all day. Has 3 doubles and 3 singles on the day. Ooh, that one drove in and hit her. And boy, that is one of the dangers of when you run up on the ball like you do so many times here in softball. That one just nowhere to go. And now the bases are loaded for Wortman. Gomez trying to walk that one off a little bit. Eeh.
Well, not getting her in the legs actually looked like the abdomen. Not exactly sure
Yeah.
where, but bigger plunk than usual. But now bases loaded here, and Wharton, who's hit the ball extremely well and hard,
Second baseman, Camry.
looking to blow this thing wide open.
Yeah, Wortman has been a tough out. The only time they've retired her, the Braves in this game or Northern Colorado didn't retire, was that line shot to the first baseman that got on in a hurry, and that's going to do it for Mahaffey. We're going to get another pitching change here as the Braves need something to go their way to stay in this one. 1 run already across, and 7-4 lead for GCU. Looks like Hull's going to come in, the senior lefty, out of Bishop McNamara. So a new pitcher, third pitcher of the ball game for the Braves coming in.
And the best option they had last year, of course, still that record, 5-13, but the earned runs were a little bit lower in 4.72. And the opponent's average was the lowest of all the pitchers at 289.
So Jalen Hull, your new pitcher, the 5'8" lefty out of Clifton, Illinois, and Bishop McNamara. And she comes in and inherits the bases loaded with Gomez at first, Stevens at second, and Smith at third, and the hottest hitter maybe on the planet right now. Carrie Wortman steps up to the plate. Wortman having a day in the first ball game. Carrie Wortman, the first game of the year, went 4 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. Had a couple of doubles and a couple of singles in this ball game.
Wouldn't a hit here just
has
complete?
2 more doubles.
Yeah, wouldn't a hit here complete her tournament? I mean, and it's just the first night.
Yeah. 2 doubles in this one and a line out. Bases loaded, ready to go. Fastball caught the outside corner. So Wortman, 6 for 7 on the day.
She'll go in tomorrow licking her chops.
Just want to play another one after this one. Just keep going. Up high.
Who can blame her, really? They haven't had an answer, and it's fun. I mean, when you can't be stopped at the plate, yeah, there's a reason why she doesn't want to stop.
The 1-1. Up high around the eyes. Wortman lays off it. Camry named to the preseason all-WAC team. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Along with Shea Smith and Taylor Nolan. Now 2-2 count with nobody out and bases loaded.
Yeah, the runner's getting jumpy, ready to go. They're ready to be sent home here.
The 2-2. Foul tipped into the mid, strike 3. So Wortman can't get the job done with the bases loaded, but only the second time all day that she has been retired. And Hull comes in and gets a strikeout to get her first out of the inning. Bianca Bowling. Bowling doubled in a couple runs her last time up. A double might clear the bases here. High and away. So Jalen Hull has a chance with a ground ball. Could get out of the inning here, just facing a couple batters. Try to get the elusive inning-ending double play. Bowling trying to break it wide open.
Good matchup here, lefty on lefty.
High and away, 2-0. Now the catcher Schroeder gonna come out and have a chat with her pitcher. Well, good speed on the base paths. Obviously, Sierra Smith down there at third. Stevens at second, and then you got Gomez down at first. And they will be off to the races. The Lopes like to be aggressive on the base paths. 2-0. Popped up. Foul territory coming over. Ooh, making the grab and running in to the wall there. The third baseman, Campos. Well, she's made a couple of nice plays down there. And 2 outs.
A nice hustle play. You know, I didn't even know if she had room necessarily, but sticking her arm out, her arm that doesn't have the glove on it, out to feel the wall next to her, and a great job figuring out she had room to make that catch.
Taylor Kay came in as a pinch hitter for Coach. She's up there now. She singled her last time up. Pitch to Kay. On the outside corner for a strike. Boy, those look high and away to me, but they've been calling those strikes all night. Kay 1 for 1. Yo 1. Shot down the third base line, but foul. So Kay behind the count 0-2, and this is exactly what you want a relief pitcher coming to do. Jalen Hull came in and struck out the first, got a little weak pop out in foul territory on the second batter, and the third batter, she got her down 0-2.
That first run in this inning was huge, though. I mean, that 3 runs is a lot better than 2.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Yep. The 1 run across, though, after the leadoff triple by Smith, she comes in to score, and the Lopes pad their lead. 7-4 GCU with the lead. They're the designated visiting team, so the Braves will have 1 more crack at it, trailing by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Mental Health Week is February 13th through 16th. This is a week full of workshops and activities for you to enjoy with your friends and to make new ones. Come celebrate Valentine's Day all week by loving your fellow Lopes and loving yourself. For more information, visit gcu.edu/changing perspectives.
Well, the freshman Brianna Aguilar-Bosage on the mound to try to get a complete game, be the second complete game of the day. Nolan went a complete game earlier, had 11 strikeouts and got the 9-2 win. The Lopes up now 7-4 in this one. And it is the bottom third of the Braves order, unless they make some changes. Wilhelm, Hunter, and Stoner. The problem is Wilhelm had the solo homer last time up. But that's the only hit that the bottom third has gotten off of Aguilar-Bosage.
This is a huge inning for Bosage, because if she can finish this, it just means GCU is going to have the fresher arms. You know, Bradley pitching 3 here tonight, and so a good job. Now they'll have some more depth into the bullpen.
On the outside corner for strike 1. So we got softball tomorrow, and then you got the GCU men's basketball game tomorrow night. Ground ball to short. Smith up with it quickly. 1 up, 1 down. 2 outs away.
Nice play and good job of getting the ball out quickly and over to first. On for the first out.
I believe we got the GCU alumni baseball game tomorrow afternoon as well. We get a pinch hitter. So a full slate of athletic activity tomorrow on campus.
Your attention, please. Pitch hitting for the Braves. Number 16, Allison Apke.
Allison Apke, the freshman outfielder from Illinois, is going to come in to pinch hit. So Apke comes in to pinch hit for Hunter. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Getting that call all day.
Lopes 2 outs away from going 2-0 to start the tournament and the year. Down low. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, way out ahead of that one. 1-2 the count now to Apke. Well, Aguilar Bosage just has the one strikeout. Set herself up for another one here.
No chance on that swing there. That off-speed pitch, perfect position too.
The 1-2 into center, but coming back, Smith making the play, and there's 2 down. Boy, just getting under that one and not hitting it very sharply, and Smith able to range back onto the turf to make the play, and now down to their final out, Gabby Stoner. Going right to work. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, fire it to first, and that's the ball game. So the complete game in the books for Brianna Aguilar Bosage, and she gets the victory. The Lopes win it by a score of 7-4, and you mentioned it, Alex. Every time the Lopes scored, Bradley answered each inning except for this one, but they didn't answer enough. 2 runs for the Lopes in the first. Bradley answers with 1. 2 runs in the 5th. They answer with 1. They both scored 2 in the 6th. Lopes score 1 in the 7th, and great way to start the year, 2-0.
Great way to start the year, great way to start the tournament, and a great way to start her college career for Bobo. Brianna Bobo, complete game and the win, she'll take it.
Both pitchers complete game victories. The Lopes go 2-0, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for GCU, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Bradley. Thanks a lot for tuning in, folks. We got more GCU softball tomorrow at noon and again at 2:30. You can follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. For Alex Larson, I'm Michael Potter. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Go Lopes.